My name is Dr. John DeBach, and I answer your voicemails. Here's the first one.
Hey, John. So I'm in a bit of a tough spot. I've been with my girlfriend for about 3 years now, and her family just does not like me. And I've tried everything. I've tried being polite, showing interest. I've tried buying raffle tickets for their kids, baseball teams, giving them space. But it's like no matter what I do, I am the outsider. And the thing is, she's really close with them, so it's not like I could just avoid them, and I'm feeling super rejected. I don't know what it is that they're looking for from me. I just feel like I have the black X on my forehead that says stay away. And I'm getting tired of trying. I don't want this to ruin our relationship, but I also don't know if I can deal with feeling this way forever. What do I do?
Thanks for the call. This is a tough one that a lot of people go through. The simple answer is to confront it head on. If they don't like you, you really don't have a choice. If this will get worse over time. And the confidence that you have in going up to them and saying, I feel like you don't really like me. And I'd like to understand what it is that I need to do to get your approval so that it feels like I'm welcome whenever there's a gathering. Because right now I'm not feeling it. And if you think that I'm crazy, feel free to say so. But I feel like this is a big obstacle between me and my girlfriend, your daughter, your sister, whoever it is. If you can't confront them directly and say that there's a problem, then I would say you need some help with your own personal growth there. It's very difficult to confront people when there's a threat of them rejecting you, right? So if you go up to a girl, if you're a guy and you go up to a girl and you ask her out, it's scary for most guys because the fear of rejection is real. You are vulnerable. If you go up to a woman and say, I really like you and I really want to, be your boyfriend, and she says, I'm not interested at all, your heart's crushed a little. But here's the good thing about that moment. You get to move on. You get clarity and you get to move on. So I always say that being vulnerable either gets you exactly what you're hoping for, or it gives you the clarity to know you're barking up the wrong tree. Both of them are incredibly useful. And if you're sure of who you are, if you're confident and you're confused why they don't like you and you're like, everybody else likes me, what's the deal? That is a great place to be coming from, because now you're able to look at them and say, listen, I don't have problems anywhere else I go. Can you explain to me why every time I come here, I feel like you guys are talking behind my back or whispering, or, like I have lots of friends. Right? That kind of confidence is incredibly palpable. And that's where you should strive to be when you confront them on issues like this. If you want your questions answered, it's 888-705-3830. Again, 888-705-3830. Just leave a voicemail. Keep it anonymous if you can. And hopefully I'll get to it on my next episode. Here's the next call.
Hi, John. My husband and I don't really have sex much, and I was okay with it until I found out that he watches porn all the time. I was going through his internet browser history. Probably shouldn't have done that, but I did, and I saw how often he watches porn. It's at least once, if not twice a day, and I feel like if he's able to do it for strangers that he watches, why can't he be with me? I look almost as good as I did the day we were married. I've really done a lot of work to make sure that it's not me, and I really have my heart broken, man. I don't know what to do.
Thank you so much for the call. First of all, bravo that you're not blaming yourself, right? You keep good care of yourself, even if you didn't, by the way, right? The fact that you understand that he's watching pornography and he's not able to have sex with you and that it's not a you problem, a lot of women never get there. A lot of women blame themselves and figure out what's going on. But it seems like you have a lot of clarity in understanding that it's a him problem. So where does that leave you as his wife? Because at the end of the day, if you're in a relationship, you want to have sex, you want to have a good relationship with your husband. So what's going on? What do you do, right? Encourage him to go to therapy. Encourage him to see a sexologist if you can, if he's open to it. If not, I would start the conversation by saying what you want and what your hopes and dreams are in this relationship. You have to be able to say, hey, listen, I would like a relationship that has sex. I've seen that you're watching pornography. I went through your browser history. I apologize if you feel like that's an invasion of privacy, but I was desperate and I wanted to know what the hell's going on. And it's clear that you're watching pornography once, sometimes twice a day. That is, quite a lot, considering we don't have sex except for however long you have sex, once a month, once every few weeks, once every 6 months, whatever it is. And I want to know what it is that's missing for you. Do you not feel comfortable? Are you not attracted to me? Is there something else going on? All those questions are questions you need to ask him, again, head on. This is similar to the first call we had. You need to be able to get to a place where you're vulnerable and hear things that might be painful, right? Maybe he has lost attraction. Maybe he's struggling with something. But here's the other thing. What if he's struggling with something else altogether? What if he's stressed at work or he feels rejected by you for some reason? That's an invitation in many cases to fix the relationship. And if you view it as such, you're fine. I have a model that I've developed when it comes to relationships. It's called the overflow model. If you're able to fill yourself up with enough security, enough love, enough compassion that there isn't room for anything else, that's when relationships get really, really intense, passionate, and interesting. If I go to my wife and I go to her with the sense of, I need sex and why aren't you giving it to me? There's this immediate, something's wrong with me. Oh, why is this happening to me? There's a victim aspect, or there's a self-blame, or there's an anger towards the other person. That's not healthy. When you're able to say, you know what, I have everything I need in life. I have a roof over my head. I have food on the table. Everything else is extra. Everything else is luxury. I should be happy and joyous that I get to live a life where I'm not starving and in constant threat of danger, right? And so everything else is a bonus. And if you can really internalize that and you go up to someone and say, listen, our life is beautiful in many ways, but the sexual part of our relationship, let's be honest, it's non-existent. And I don't want you to think that I'm not a happy person or I'm angry at you, walking around angry all the time, but I think there's a lot of room here. There's a lot of room to make this better. And I want to know what's going on. I saw that you're watching pornography, so clearly you have a sex drive. And I want to know, have you lost attraction to me? Right? Is there something that you're holding on to? Is there some resentment? Is there an issue there? If you're able to have that tone and that openness of, I'll be fine no matter what, and they don't feel like they have to pull their punches, you get the truth much faster. Sometimes it hurts, but know that in the back of your mind, you always have this, on your side, which is you're going to be okay. It's not going to end in your death and your starvation of affection. There are ways out of it. I hope that was helpful for you. I encourage you to call if you have questions. Again, the number is 888-705-3830, 888-705-3830. If you want your questions answered, my name is Dr. John DeBach, and I'll see you next time.